Good morning, my sexy senior citizens and La La Land people. It's time for coffee. Let's have a good sip of good coffee. At least mine's good. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is such good coffee. Ah, well, as you've probably figured out, I'm real. I am real. I don't have my dentures in. I don't have my hair done. I don't have no mascara or uh, eyeliner on. I don't have fancy clothes on. I'm real. When you see me dressed up, it's because I'm out in public. What I do here in my home is like, this is me. I'm comfortable. It's what your home's supposed to be. After all, your home is your castle, isn't it? So, anyway, this is another YouTube bang. I'm new at it. You all know this. So, here's the thing. There's going to be days that I'm going to come in here because I am a sexy senior citizen. Teeth or no teeth. Every one of you are out there, sexy senior citizens. Teeth or no teeth, or wrinkles or no wrinkles, whatever. It's all a mindset on how you feel in your head. So enough about that. I want to have another sip of coffee. So let's do this. Have another sip of coffee. My sissy Becky made these for me. And it says right there, with lips and no teeth, like this. The sexy senior citizen. And eventually, I'm going to have her make me up some. So that I can sell them to you. That way you can walk around and say, hey, I watched that sexy senior citizen and look at here. Sexy isn't all about the appearance of this. This is just a body, the personality, and your heart is sexy. And I've met a lot of sexy seniors out there who have put themselves down and everything. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm trying to show you that we can be sexy at any age. So what? We have earned the right to say poof be gone to all those negative naysayers out there. And that's me. Of course, I'm crazy, just not certified. And the thing is, we're going to laugh, okay? All right, so here I am. I never was one, even in my youth, to go out and buy these high dollar clothes or high dollar purses or shoes. Why? I'm going to spend all this money on this that either I'm going to get tired of and it's going to hang in my closet. Then I'm going to eventually tear out my closet. I do this every year. And I don't even have fancy clothes. I go through my closet and I get rid of a bunch of stuff and I take it up to the Goodwill or up here, and put them in one of those boxes for clothing, to help with like the hurricane and, the devastation. So why do I need fancy clothes? I don't. I'm not a fancy person. I just need something to put on my body that covers it up, right? So as long as it looks nice, I'm okay. I'm okay with that. I mean, my outfit might only cost $20 versus somebody that goes out here and spends $300-400 for an outfit. So you see, with my $20, if I had $300 to spend on clothing, no, not gonna happen because I'll have $280 to spend on something else. You see what I'm saying? That's the mindset of a baby boomer, I guess, or someone that grew up poor. I have no clue, but that's me. So anyway, I have to get a shower And I don't have to go through and say, well, here's this is Calvin Klein, this is Ralph Lauren. I don't have those. I have the Walmart brand, or I have Peebles, or the and for me being a full figured girl, a sexy full figured girl, I'll go to Catherine's or somewhere, so that I can dress nice. You can dress nice without having to spend so much money. Good God. Who are you trying to impress besides those people out there who don't even give a shit about you once you walk out of their face? I've seen people out there where if you weren't wearing something high dollar, then you were just a booger on the floor. So guess what? At this age, I don't care. I didn't care when I was a young kid. It was like, hey, something wrong with my brain, or is it something wrong with those that think they gotta put on the high dollar outfits and shoes and buy the big fancy purses, and I'm a simple kind of gal, and I like it that way. Less stressful. I don't have to impress anyone. If I thought I had to impress anyone, I would have put my teeth in before I come on and made this video. But you know what? The truth of the matter is, I'm a sexy senior citizen, and this is part of our life as we age. A lot of us lose our teeth. Mine was because I smoked from the age of 14 until the age of 58. I threw my cigarettes down, and I'm telling you what, I feel much better. My breath doesn't smell like nicotine. It might still smell, but it don't smell like that. My house doesn't stink from nicotine. Oh my God! I never realized how bad my home smelled from the nicotine smoke in the air until I quit smoking. And now my clothes, when I smell my clothes, they don't smell like that stinking crappy stuff, right? Now, I'm not knocking anyone that smokes, because I'll tell you why. I truly, truly enjoyed smoking. I did. I enjoyed smoking. That right there. I tried smoking. I tried smoking a cigarette after my husband died, because I thought, well, I'm going to smoke a cigarette. I'm going to smoke cigarettes, and I'm going to drink beer. This is what I'm going to do. This is one of those nights. It was like, man, my brain was like. And speaking of that, we'll do that in another video. But grief makes you do all kinds of stuff, and like I said, we'll get into that later, and I'll point out some of the shit that I did. Almost 5 years, and I have had enough time to sit down and actually think and learn a lot about me. I've always been rotten. I'm always going to be rotten. When I die and I go to heaven, and I'm going to go to heaven, I promise you that. Because I understand that it's not the outer appearance that the good Lord's interested in. He's interested in what's in here, and I got a big one in there because he gave it to me. But anyway, when I get to heaven, as honored as I am, I'm going to look at the Lord and I'm going to say, well, hello there, Daddy dears. You're probably going to clip my wings for a minute or two, but, he and God's going to look at each other and go, shake their heads. She's here. Let's have a sip of coffee, okay? I gotta get my desk up here. My son and daughter-in-law got me a desk, and it's a heavy one. And so they came over Sunday to bring it up here in this room. I have to do this office in this room because I got them little kitties that'll climb all over everything, and I cannot do a video with a cat clawing at my skin. And they do. They jump up on my skin. Their little claws in my legs. It's like, ouch! I got scratch marks on my legs from them trying to get one. It's like, no. Now, when I first come in here, I gotta give it some time because they'll sit outside that door and they'll meow, meow, meow. And I was like, oh, shut up and go away. Cute little fuzzballs. But anyway, yep, the good Lord's gonna, He knows me. Now, let me tell you something. I have never kissed without my dentures. I don't even know what that is. I don't know how that feels. It's gotta feel weird, don't you think? Kiss me, baby. Woo! Now, you can have so much fun without your teeth. I loved my teeth, but I get annoyed with these teeth, you know. But I can have fun. I can have fun. when I get me a boyfriend someday. Someday. But you gotta look for him. You gotta be out there in public to kind of meet him, don't you? This dating shit on this dating site, forget that crap. I went on. I tried twice. And I'm telling you what. Now this is gonna sound bad considering what I look like at this moment. There was guys in there that had bubba teeth. Or had quite a few missing, teeth. And I'm not a prejudiced person. I really am not. And I am not a snooty person. But you know what? I can walk out in public looking like this, and there is a total reaction because that's the kind of person I am. I got to see how I'm treated. And it makes a difference. It really does. When I go out in public like this, I'm treated like an old woman. People are like, I mean, no, don't comb my hair. I've done this just for experiment. And I am treated like an old woman. I ain't an old woman. I'm a sexy senior citizen. Teeth or no teeth. When I put my teeth in, and I do my hair, and I do a little makeup, and I'm dressed up, and I go out there, and I smile. Now get this, I smile without my teeth, and I am treated so different. It's funny. But when I do my hair, put my makeup on, my little bit of mascara and a little bit of, I don't wear a lot of makeup. No sense in it. I don't wear all that, foundation and stuff that goes on your face. All I do is mascara and an eyeliner, and that's it. But when I put my little makeup on, and I do my hair, and I put my teeth in, and I dress up, and I go out, shopping or whatever, and I'm smiling, I flash that smile, next thing you know, I got family. People are like, well, hi, how are you? I was like, you having a good day? And talking to them. Same way I do without my teeth. But there's a difference. For some reason, it's like, I don't know if I look that scary or... because... Now, when I was younger, I was kind of scared. Yeah, I was kind of scared of older people because they look like this. So, I'd kind of shy away from them. So, I think that I'm experiencing what I did, with people that I meet like this. I'm experiencing the way I felt when I was a little kid. So, it's funny, and I love humor, and I don't care. I will try to make somebody laugh because I do. Now, don't get me wrong. I usually am a slow burner as far as temper. But the minute somebody does piss me off, this old granny, she'll run her mouth right back. And when I roll my mouth right back, I cut. I learned that from my mom. I can cut with words. And I don't like that because that's 99% of the time, that's not me. But that 1% that comes out where I am that pissed at something or someone, I should say someone because things don't really get me that riled. So, it's like I am who I am. This is me. Now, the 28th of this month, what is this? What is today anyway? The 23rd? I don't even know what today is. See, that's part of being a sexy senior citizen too. We don't even pay attention to what day it is unless it's a doctor's appointment. And then it's like, you better get your ass to the doctor or the next time you go. I got a wonderful doctor. I really do. But anyway, so I'm on here today just to say, hello, this is me. So for all you younger men out there that hit on me, and I'm going to get a sip of coffee here because you guys flattered the shit out of me. Number one, what am I going to do with a man that's 20 some years younger than me? But that can't happen. I mean, I have been with, I was married to a guy that was 9 years younger than me, and he looked older than me, and nobody even knew it. They thought he was older than me. But here's the thing on that nature. When you sit back and you think, say, well, I was 9 years old when he was born. See a different perspective there. Or, he's about 10 years younger than my oldest son. But that's not the worst of it. The worst of it is this. The jealousy. Oh my God. I've been around 9 years longer than what he has, and I worked in places and met a lot of people and grew up in this town and know a lot of people, and oh my God. So he was one of the ass whoopings I got. I could not talk to any men that I grew up with or knew or my dad and mom knew or anything like that because once I got home I got my ass whipped. That's what's made me meaner today, is having a couple guys that thought it was okay to beat on me. So that's why I'm stubborn. I don't care. That's why I'm not really interested in actually finding a man to be in my life 24/7. In the beginning, when my Ernie first passed, I thought I could do a friends with benefits. My heart doesn't allow that. Because I look at the person and it's like, man, you are just so adorable. Only to find out you were the devil. And I have had 5 years to be by myself. Never in my life had I ever been by myself until my Ernie passed away. Now, I do arts and crafts. That little girl up here with the sunglasses, I did her. I do wreaths. I do gnomes. I'm just doing a tin man. I found out my one baby sister likes tin men. So I've been saving up cans, and I've got him. He's put together. He looks pretty good. Now I got to spray paint him, and she's into that steampunk. I can't say that very well without my teeth. So I'm gonna design him for her with the things that is for steampunk. And Winter will be up on us, and there won't be a whole lot I can do, so I'll be back into my arts and crafts again, heavy. Um, I can do anything. I've made the, what are they called? Oh shit, I can't think about it right now. That's part of being who I am. That, that sexy senior citizen. So I'm trying to tell you, sexy senior citizens out there, just because we have those moments that we can't remember things, or we just don't feel like doing shit. We've earned those rights, you know. And I think because a lot of times that I forget things is because having children growing up and a husband, all this good stuff, and have to remember everything for them as well as things that I needed to remember that it took my brain, you know. But that's neither here nor there. I've got awesome sons. I do. Very respectful, very kind-hearted to people. You know, do anything for mama if I ask. And it's like I couldn't ask for more. I love my sons. I love my grandson. Oh my God. I had a couple of step grandsons whom I loved dearly. But that word step, mama decided she wasn't gonna be, with my son, so she takes her sons and off to Texas she goes. And I love them. They were they were good little boys. They looked like my son. They weren't my sons, They came from Texas to Ohio, and that's when she met up with my son, and it was like. But I love those little guys. They're grown men now. 25, 26 years old now. Maybe 27, the oldest one. But they were sweethearts, and I loved them. But I look at life this way. They were in my life for a short time, for like 11 years. And from the age of 1 and 2 to 12 and 13. So they were in my life for that amount of time, and if nothing else, they left a memory on my mind, and I hope that I left good impressions in theirs. And wherever you guys are, I hope you've done wonderful. But anyway, in the same way with other people that's in your life, they're there for a moment, for a reason, And I truly believe that. They're there to teach you a lesson, or they're there to learn a lesson. Either way, back and forth. Now it's on how you like to look at them. Is it when they go, do you really have a right to be upset with them? No, not really. Sit back and think a minute before you let that anger attack you. Do you have spurts here and there throughout after all of this, after the fact? Yeah, you do. But it's okay. Anyway, you guys, I am tired of talking. I got things to do, like get a shower, get my teeth put back in my head, and my makeup on, because I got things to do. I got to go out here in public, and I don't feel like being a clown out there in public today. So, and I only did that one time. Not to say I won't do it again, but I only did that one time. So, here's the thing. Just smile. It doesn't matter whether you have teeth or not. Oh, before I finish, I was telling you about the dating sites. I tried it twice. Not for me. Hey, I can almost lick my nose. I touched my nose! Anyway, dating site's not for me. The dating site I was on was through Facebook, and I'll tell you what, I think they dug at the bottom of the barrel. and beyond. I think they reached down in hell and pulled out those guys. And it was like, oh my God. I did all kinds of, they have a little green X and a little red, they have a little green check mark and a little red X. Well, if you find the person attractive, then you click on that little green check mark. I only checked on that little green check mark once. And then that person, and they get to see who liked their picture. Oh, come on and talk to me, and he immediately wanted me to go off and call him. And it's like, and Facebook says don't do that because as long as they're on Facebook, they can monitor what's going on, so that you're not in any danger. So I just said, no, this is bullshit. I'm not ready for this. And I did it twice, and so there will not be a third time of me doing an online. Nope, not for me. I'll go back to the old fashioned way. Not in the bars, though. There's nothing in the bars either. I'll either, I like to go to church, and I do. I go to church. Not every Sunday, but, regular, and enough to call it regular. And if there's going to be somebody, maybe I'll find him in the church. Then he better not be that Bible butt, Bible belt kind of person, that's going to boss me around and think that, this is, I'm his slave. Nope. Gotta be equals. If we're not equals, meh. Gotta be true. I'm true. He better be true. I'm faithful. He better be faithful. I'm honest. He better be honest. Loyal. All that. Do unto me as you want me to do unto you. If you want to be a player, well, guess what? That's not my nature either. If I'm with somebody, I'm with somebody, and that's all there is to it. And that's what I want. But that's hard to find today in the social media world. And I said, if I ever, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, if I ever meet a man that trips my trigger when I'm around him, and I want to be around him, and I have that in the pit of my belly, that he just excites the shit out of me, when I find him, or he finds me, Facebook's gone, TikTok's gone. Now, because I'm doing this YouTube, that's probably about the only thing that will be the only thing that I keep. Because my relationship means more to me than that social media shit, because I know the social media, being a widow and dealing with it now for almost 5 years, and seeing how many men are very distrusting. Because the single men that desire me are 20 some years younger than me, 10 years younger than me, 14, 18 years younger than me. What would they do with me? I mean, seriously. Besides, almost said that F word. Besides F me and think that I got a lot of money. What? What would they do with me? Go up and talk to the friends. Yeah, I got me an old lady, and man, she got money. She babies me. She takes care of me like I'm her child. This is the wrong woman for that. The other ones that come on there, all they want to do is flash their penis at me and say, do you desire that? What the hell? It doesn't matter whether I desire that. I got my battery operated boyfriend in my nightstand. If I desire that, then that's what I'm going to do, because in the 5 years that my husband's been gone, I've had a player. Broke my heart to hell and back. I had a man that just thought he was going to boss me around after a couple of weeks and tell me what to do and how to spend my money. Mm-mm. I learned red flags when I went to the battered women's uh, meetings after being with a couple of abusers. And when I say abusers, I don't mean one that just does the verbal. I mean, I got the verbal and I got the abuse, and I mean, I got the shit kicked out of me. So, there's enough. Why do I want to find a man? And the one that's out there is like, and the married men that come in. Oh, you're so sexy. I just think you're beautiful. Would you like to hook up and have a cup of coffee or something like that? Well, guess what? I've gotten where I don't take a man's word for it. I go over on his Facebook and I see what's going on. And if he's married, then I become friends with his wife. Because it's stupid. You're married. You don't want to be married to her, and you want to be married to her, then stay true to her. Leave me alone. You know, the player, he was married and had a girlfriend too. What the hell? And the girlfriend chewed my ass out. Let me laugh about it, because it's the truth. But you know what? I I know my morals. Like I said, in the beginning, when my Ernie first died, I didn't do anything. I didn't have no interest in having a boyfriend or hanging out or trying anything. And so, till he was gone for 2 years. And in that time, and it was just a short period of time that I dated, I can count on one hand and still have fingers left on how many men I've dated. And I can tell you what, it was a learning experience. And I appreciate those guys for being there because, it's like, it was wonderful. Even though it was for a short time, it was wonderful. I felt alive again. And so for that, I thank the few men. I do. Y'all's rotten asses, but I thank you. Because you brought me back to life. You basically saved my life because I was sitting and grieving so hard. It just, so for that I thank you. Now you guys, I'm done chitter chatting with you. So shut up and let me get a drink of coffee here. You too. So in my next video, and yes, I will be making another video. I promise to come in here with my dentures in and my hair done and my makeup on so you can see what a sexy senior citizen can do with herself or himself. Even a man. Jesus criminy. It ain't all about just women. There's sexy senior men out there that when they clean up and they shave and oh God, and smell good. I promise. Maybe we're looking in the wrong place. Maybe we need to go to senior citizen halls or something like that, because now we're matched with people like us that don't have, no, that has dentures and has white hair, and the women have grandma bodies and the men have pot bellies, little chicken legs with pot bellies. That's the reality of being a senior citizen. So, you guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe and follow me. Just follow me. Yeah. Say, wonder what you're going to do. And give me some ideas that you'd like to hear. Hello. I'm open. I'm open for comments, that it says, hey, how about this? How about doing a topic on this? I'm open for that. Because after all, I'm here to entertain you. So, with that being said, I love all of you. What do I always say? Including my